Here's a question I got from a homeowner recently that honestly made me wonder why I haven't done a video like this before, because I think it's one of the smartest questions I've ever been asked. They asked me, we know we're going to do a certain project before we sell, but we're not selling for years. So should we just do those projects now so that we can actually enjoy them, or do them right before we list? And my answer might surprise you, so stick with me because I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I think about this. And at the end of the day, the right answer is going to look different for every single one of you. What's up everyone, I'm Joe Skipper with Skipper Realty Group, and we help buyers and sellers navigate the Portland Metro, Wilsonville, Salem areas of Oregon. And look, I wanna be upfront with you about something before we dive in. I'm not here to tell you what you should do with your home. That's your call ultimately. What I'm here to do is to give you the information and the framework so that whatever you decide, it's a decision that you feel good about, not one you made because some real estate agent like me pressured you into it. And that's the whole point of this channel, but let's get into it. So let me paint the picture this homeowner described, because I know a lot of you are living it, and that includes my family most of the time. You've been in your house, say 5-6 years. You're not gonna plan to sell anytime soon, but you've got a mental list. Maybe it's the outdated kitchen. Maybe it's the master bathroom that needs new everything. Maybe it's the deck that never existed, but it should exist. You know that you're gonna do these things eventually, so the question is when? Here's what happens to a lot of homeowners. Life gets busy, the years fly by, you keep saying we'll do it eventually, then one day you decide it's time to sell, and suddenly you're dumping $60,000 into a kitchen remodel that you rushed through, and then hand the keys to a stranger 2 months later. You never got to enjoy a single dinner in that new kitchen, and it happens way more than you think it does. And I call that the regret remodel. And here's the thing, some people are totally fine with that. If your home is comfortable the way it is and you'd rather hold on to your cash, that's a completely valid choice, and I'm not here to judge that. But if you've been wanting to do these projects and you keep delaying them, it is worth thinking about. So here's how I break down remodeling project when it comes to resale value. They fall into two different buckets, and understanding the difference helps you make a decision that works for your situation, not just some generic advice that you're gonna find online. So bucket one is the exterior and curb appeal projects. These are the projects that consistently return the most money at resale. According to the 2025 cost versus value report, which is kind of the gold standard for this data, exterior home improvement projects consistently deliver more value at resale than larger discretionary internal remodels. And for the second consecutive year, garage door replacement takes the top spot, followed by steel entry door replacement and manufactured stone veneer. So some of those are kind of random, but let's get into it. Garage door replacement brings the highest ROI in 2025 with 268% of the cost recouped at sale. And you probably don't think of this, but a new entry door that can deliver an ROI of 188% for an initial cost from around $23.55. Homeowners can potentially add $44.30 to their resale value. Now this is data that is gathered throughout the country, so if it doesn't sound right to you specifically, you could be right. Check with an agent that knows your area before you throw down thousands on a front door and don't get the returns. But curb appeal projects in general usually are quick and relatively affordable, and here's the quality of life angle. You see them every day, every time you pull into your driveway, every time a neighbor walks by. So even if resale value doesn't move the needle for you right now, these projects tend to just make you feel better about the home from the outside. That's not nothing. So bucket two is the things we all think about, the interior remodels. This is where it gets more nuanced. According to Clay Dacorn, chief editor of Zonda's JLC Group, large interior remodels may be personally rewarding, but their appeal is often too subjective to deliver the same return when it's time to actually sell the home. So a full high-end kitchen gut job, major kitchen remodels only return about 38% of the cost. An $85,000 investment returns roughly $32,300. Sounds bad, but minor kitchen updates though tell a very different story. Minor kitchen remodels add about 96% of their cost in the value. The lesson isn't don't do interior work. The lesson is go big where it makes you happy and makes financial sense. Go targeted where the data says big spending doesn't come back. Now here's something the data actually measures that I love, and I think it's the most important part of this whole conversation for someone who isn't planning to sell anytime soon. The National Association of Realtors tracks something called the Joy Score, literally how happy homeowners are after completing a remodel. And according to the 2025 Remodeling Impact Report from the NAR, Americans spent an estimated $603 billion in 2024 on home remodeling. Most homeowners, 27%, remodeled simply to upgrade worn out surfaces, and only 18% said they were remodeling because they plan to sell in the next 2 years. Now that surprised me because we hear a lot from people that are only remodeling to sell, and that normally leaves them upset once it's done because they did all this work and they didn't get to enjoy it. The primary bedroom suite earned a perfect 10 joy score. Kitchen renovations, bathroom upgrades, new flooring, these score incredibly high on homeowner satisfaction. People who do these projects report they fall in love with their homes all over again, and that really matters. You spend a lot of time in your house. If you can make it a place you genuinely love being in, then that has real value, even if it never shows up on a spreadsheet. If you do a renovation right before you go on the market, the only one who gets to enjoy it's going to be that new homeowner. It's a lot better to do renovations a few years in advance, say 5 years, so that you can allow yourself time to decide on a design, screen contractors, get the work completed, and then enjoy the home before you sell it. That remodel will stay fresh after 5 years, and it still attracts buyers' eyes. So I say yes, if you've been wanting that kitchen and you keep putting it off, the permission you're looking for is right here. Do it because you want it. The real sale benefit is just gonna be a bonus. But okay, let's get practical. Here are the types of projects that in my experience tend to make a lot of sense to do sooner rather than later, if they're already on your list and they're genuinely things that you genuinely want to do. Number one is the kitchen. Minor remodel, not a gut job. The kitchen is the emotional center of a home most of the time. It's where we spend much of our time cooking, gathering, making memories, and a well-designed kitchen can leave a lasting impression. But you don't have to tear everything down to get the benefit. Cabinet refacing, new countertops, a fresh backsplash, updated lighting and hardware. These are relatively affordable, they hold up for years, and they'll genuinely change how you feel about your home every single day. And if this is on your list, I'd consider moving it up. Number two is bathrooms. Targeted updates there. A mid-range bathroom remodel has an ROI of about 60%, while an upscale remodel has an ROI of only about 48.8%. So going full luxury isn't necessarily a move from a financial standpoint. But from a lifestyle standpoint, a bathroom you actually love to be in is worth a lot. Add a double vanity, update the hardware, replace the shower fixtures, freshen up the tile. Every morning you wake up to a bathroom you're proud of is a morning that just feels a little bit better. Number three is flooring. If you've got old carpet or dated vinyl, replacing it with hardwood or luxury vinyl plank is one of the smartest moves you're gonna make. Refinished or new wood floors are a must for today's buyers and deliver a high return. And you're genuinely gonna love walking on it every day. That's the part nobody really talks about enough. Number four is outdoor living, a deck or a patio. Installing a wood deck can add up to 50% return on your investment, and the lifestyle benefit of having a space to sit outside, have people over, watch your kids play. You can't put a dollar amount on that stuff. If you've been wanting to do it and can do it financially, do it now. You'll use it every summer for years before it becomes a selling point for you. And number five is the curb appeal. Paint, garage door, front door, landscaping. These are quick, relatively affordable, and the ROI data is outstanding. A fresh exterior paint coat can return about 125% of what you spend. But more than that, it changes how you feel pulling up to your home every single day. Sometimes that's gonna be reason enough. Again, I'm not pushing any of these things on you. If your kitchen doesn't bother you, leave it. If you love your floors, great. This is just a framework for thinking through what's already on your wish list. Now here's what I'd pump the brakes on if you're staying for several more years. Not because you can't do these things, but because the timing matters more and the financial math gets harder to justify right now. High-end, luxury-specific interior projects. A $90,000 custom chef's kitchen with restaurant-grade appliances. If that's your dream and you have the budget for it and you'll use it every day, then go for it and love it. But go in with eyes wide open. Major kitchen remodels only return about 38% of their cost at resale. If your goal is both enjoyment and return, there are better ways to spend that money. Swimming pools. Pools require expensive maintenance, increased insurance costs, and limit your buyer pool. Many families with young children view them as safety hazards. If your family will genuinely use and love a pool for years, that might be worth it to you. That's just a personal call. Just don't do it under the assumption that it's gonna help you sell it someday. It might actually work against you in some cases. Over customizing your designs. Bold choices, heavy personalization, built-ins that only work for your layout. Again, if it makes you happy, your home's yours. Just know that most buyers will be looking to put their stamp on their new home, so spending tens of thousands on a high-end remodel they might not like can actually be limiting when it's time to sell. Fresh paint and cosmetic staging touches. Save these for the 6 to 12 months before your list. They're meant to feel fresh and current to buyers. Done too far out, that window closes. So here's the simple framework I'd offer any homeowner thinking through this. I'll call do it now, do it later, do it right before. So do it now. Projects you genuinely want, that improve your daily life, that hold resale value well, and that you'll enjoy for years before ever needing them to work for a sale. Kitchen refreshes, bathroom updates, floorings, decks, curb appeal, garage door, front door maybe. These are the ones worth moving up on your list now. Do it later, 2 to 3 years before selling. These are more structural or system-based projects. Your roof, your HVAC, windows. Energy-efficient windows are particularly attractive to modern buyers, especially as our energy costs rise. These have a natural lifespan and timing matters more here. You want them to feel recent when buyers walk through. These are the things you do right before the listing. Fresh paint, deep cleaning, landscape refresh, staging. These are finishing touches that need to be current and crisp. Don't do these years out. They're meant to be that final polish before the sale. And one more thing worth knowing is the 30% rule suggests that not spending more than 30% of your home's current value on renovations total, as you risk over improving for your neighborhood. Before you stack projects on top of each other, take a look at what else is selling on your street. You don't want to price yourself out of the neighborhood ceiling. But again, these are my guidelines, not rules you have to follow. Your home's your home. Use this as a thinking tool, not a checklist that someone handed to you to make sure that you do it. I had a client who'd been there in their home about 6 years. They always knew they wanted to redo the primary bathroom and refresh the kitchen. They kept putting it off because they weren't selling yet. Life was busy and it felt like, why spending the money if we're not going to list it? They then decided it was time to sell, and suddenly they were in this rushed, stressful remodel right before going to market. Chose the finishes they wanted, go get the kitchen redone, and then loved it. And they were so sad they were selling to someone and weren't able to enjoy it at all. They told me, we should have done this 3 years ago. We would have loved that bathroom. Instead, we never even used it. That's a perfect example of the regret model. Totally avoidable, and honestly, it's the outcome I most want to help people steer clear of. Contrast that with another one of our clients who called me when they weren't even close to selling. They said, Joe, we know we're going to upgrade the kitchen and put in new floors before we eventually sell. Should we just do it now? And I told them, if it's already on your list and you want it and you can financially do it, yes. Do it right, take your time, and choose exactly what you love. They did exactly that, lived in it for 4 more years, sold it. Buyers walked in and said it felt like new construction. And my clients had been cooking in that kitchen and walking on those floors 4 years. That's the outcome that we want to see. So if you're a homeowner not planning to sell, look at your mental list of projects and ask yourself honestly, which of these do I actually want to do? Not just ones that I think I should do. Start there. Do the ones that excite you. Get contractor bids on things you're considering. Knowing the real cost helps you make a grounded decision without any pressure. And if nothing on your list feels urgent, that's cool too. There's no rule that says you have to remodel. Plenty of people sell homes that are perfectly comfortable and well maintained without doing a single major project. So if you're thinking of selling in the next 3 to 5 years, consider connecting with your agent just to walk through your home and talk strategy, not to list, just to get a clear picture of what you would actually move the needle in your specific market and what you can skip entirely. And this is important. Don't be afraid to tell the agent you aren't listing and you just need advice. We do it all the time, and it should be something they're happy to do for you. If not, just call me or Christina and we would love to help with no feelings of commitment from it. Here's where I see things heading. The 2025 cost versus value data notes that interior projects make the most sense for residents planning on staying in their home for longer periods of time. And with so many homeowners locked into low interest rates and choosing to stay put longer, this question is only going to come up more and more. The homeowners who think through this strategically and do it on their terms rather than in a panic before listing are almost always happier with the outcome on both ends. They enjoyed the home more and they sold it in a better position. If any of this sparks some thinking and you want to talk through what makes sense for your home specifically, I'm always happy to have that conversation. There's no pressure, no agenda, just a real conversation about your situation and what your options could actually look like. And if this was helpful, hit the subscribe button. We drop content like this every single week for Oregon homeowners. And until next time, we'll talk soon.